Hello everybody. Brian here at quantlabs.net. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to show you Oanda data, CFD, and forex. Always remember when I use CFD, it's a poor man's gateway into futures. Just give you a snapshot on what's going on out there in the world of CFD, forex, outside the world of the digital currency space. So I'm going to show you what's going on here. This is MotorWave, as you can see. We have a score here of excellent and then very good. That's where I stopped. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to show you a lot of this crypto. These crypto pairs are just worthless in trading, throwing money, getting no return. Okay, so here we have our first one, gold. You can see how it's slightly declining, still fairly choppy, getting more volatile in the price. That's an Australian dollar, something, again, I wouldn't really touch at all. Now this one's an important metric. It's up there in terms of ranking, again, with an excellent score. I've talked about this numerous times as the gold-silver ratios. This has been proven to be a really reliable indicator just to show you what's going on out there in terms of kind of like a fear index with VIX. But this is better. It's more sensitive and more realistic, and you can confirm basically what's going on in the markets for reversal. So you can see here since August 4th, things have been climbing. It's gone flat. So again, from there, since around September 15th, 16th, actually, 15th, it started to elevate, started to drop back, it started to elevate again. So you can see it's kind of creeping up. Now, comparatively to over the last, let's say, couple of years, really, you can see here, since it's been created on Oanda, March 1st, 2006, see it's elevated there, dropped back when the economy started to improve back in 2008, 9, and it started to, over long term, just climb up. So that's to show you, not the fear in the market, but just generally that there's more risk in the market, and that's taking you and exceeds, with that uptrend, exceeds the spike that came in since 2008 right there, October. That's probably the peak when the fear kicked in that time. And then you can see here the overall with the virus and how it's peaked quite a bit since September 2019 and just came along March 2020, peaked there, dropped back, and it's starting to climb up again. So that's just to give you an overall view of just generally everything in the market. So you can just see why this is something to really pay attention to if you know about it. All right, so continuing along with our crypto here, everything's just declining, which is proof that overall it's a challenge to make money in the markets. When you look at Euro, Hong Kong, like anything China, Hong Kong, just in the tank, obviously with this Evergrande business that's starting to prove itself. We have here Euro, Japanese yen, starting a big drop there, starting to spike. So the Japanese yen starting to prove itself as a safe haven. Euros, Sweden, same thing. Anything Scandinavian you would expect to be up there as picks, but we're not seeing them. Singapore is not doing too good as well. I think that's just due to the global virus as well here with the Singapore 30. Nothing's performing at all long term. So anything Singapore dollar just trending down, really grinding down. Also here is the important one now. There's a sudden drops here you get. This is U.S. China Yuan, June 28th. That big, like basically we had a nice little run up here at the end of June, big drop, and then started to grind up a little bit, peaking in here around August. Looks like the 20th. Just been a solid decline. Started to come back up again, and then just grinding down. So again, when you look at that long-term view, let's look at the weekly. This is again, well, let's look at the monthly, but in fact, so you can see it's been grinding up, but it's been these big pullbacks. So it's just to show you overall how China's been performing overall. 2015 was its year. Very volatile moves up as well for 2020. But again, China's not what everyone seems to think. So knowing that, let's look at the other coins here. We've got some agriculture. This is what I'm perplexed about is, as an example, again with soybean and a agriculture-based product, you can see here the solid decline since August 2021. All right, and if I do a daily, you'll see the inflation there kick in since November 20th all the way up to here in May, and it's been slowly trending back. Now, this is technically like a futures. I think where the inflation kicks in is at the processing level because of the lack of workers and whatnot, so it gets more expensive to process. I've just seen the prices of chicken and just basic staple food. It's absolutely incredibly expensive, but I don't think it's anything to do with the price of supply. It's the labor to process it. That's what's killing you. So again, nothing we can do about it. Anything here, again, more China, Hong Kong, sorry, Swiss franc, Hong Kong, all grinding down. Anything Hong Kong as well. Here's a good one. Pound against the US dollar, decline, increase, decline. So it's pretty hard to trade in these environments. Australia, New Zealand, just since they've been in that military like lockdown, you can just see it's really affecting the currencies between both Australia and New Zealand. So now Australia, Japanese yen, really volatile. You can see these big upswings here between August 20th up until about September 2nd, and decline from there, and again it's starting to move up. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Just generally, it's not a great environment to be in. Here we have France 40, a nice increase, run-up rally from July 19th till about here, August 13th, and just steadily, I mean, buy and hold, I don't know. USD, really good run-up here early in August, decline, big sharp, parabolic really, and just a slower up decline. I don't know. I like trends. We'll see what I mean. All right, coming along here, we have Australia, more gold and USD. Again, if you look at the daily, declining, very flat, starting to trend up a little bit, still volatile in those swings on the trend up. Again, really hard to want to say, yeah, I want to play, invest, or buy and hold in this. Look at here, gold and Swiss franc, very flat. Same with euro as well. Gold and Hong Kong dollar, just really like what are we holding on to this stuff for? I keep saying gold is suppressed worldwide with the trading desks. That's what they do. They get fined. They keep doing it, which is fine. I ain't gonna participate in that. It's just all, to me, garbage investment. Again, look at this with the silver now in Swiss franc. Decline. Really not looking good there. Not so bad in Japanese yen, but you can clearly see that here. We have the Australian 200 market declining. Starting to maybe a little recover and back into the volatile swings as well. Do not want to participate in that, but I am going to show you something that looks pretty encouraging. France, again, we've already talked about. Oh boy, some of these Eastern European currencies have done fairly well. This one in Czech, not too good. Euro, pound, some crazy swings there. Really flat, in my opinion. Range bound is probably the better term. Here we have the euro US dollar. Look at this. Nice rally between August till August 20th till September 3rd. Solid decline since. Do not want to be part of that. This is where you get kind of crazy. Here right now we have not the best rally, but a really good little rally in euro and the South African rand. Who would think? Now here's the one I wanted to show you. India 50. Look at that pullback, and that momentum still continues. This is the only instrument out there that's worth putting money into, with a solid rally that started July 27th. Solid rally, little pullback here, buy that dip, and off it goes again. That's the more recent September 16th to 20th on that decline, and up it comes again. That's the only thing I can show you that's worthwhile in here. Everything else is just like Japanese 225 had a nice rally, was range bound again. Same with the New Zealand, Netherlands as well. It's still trending up, but there's just better things to hold. Singapore 30, you can see that decline, and then range bound. No, thank you. Anything Singapore, I don't know why, but it must have something again to do with the global sickness. Here is US INR, Indian rupee. You'd think that this would do well with the market, but look how wild it is, these swings, these oscillations. No trend whatsoever. I'm not going to do that. And look how tight it's been since September 8th. Ooh, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. USD, Swiss franc, again, very range bound, little rally, and then drops back, goes on its, well, worthless rally here. USD, Denmark, I don't like it. USD, Hong Kong, ooh, lucky me, I picked that one. Nice rally here between September 2nd up until here, September 21st, and then flat again. No thanks. Here we can also say the same thing. USD Rand, rally starts September 20th, and boom, 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 and pullback, starting to recover. So this might start to do well as well. But again, in the Rand, you got to be asking yourself, it's that bad. Sugar. This had a rally going on. You can see that clearly here from July 11th all the way up to here on August 18th, and it's just been range bound with a slight trend decline. Do not like it. Again, that's a basic agricultural, well, I shouldn't say but refined industrial for food production, and that just proves again that inflation is really nothing that shouldn't be there, but it's just due to the stupid global virus affecting the labor and the processing. Look at wheat, solid decline there, and then we come up with corn, same thing, gone flat in around September 12th. So, again, where's the inflation in these products? There's none. It's actually deflation, and it's the labor, and probably the shipping as well. So here's really good. The Rand's starting to strengthen globally. You can see that in a lot of these other currencies with the Rand. But again, you would think that Switzerland is traditionally the safe haven. You can see that here from August 20th. That's pound in the Swiss franc. Peaking here up until September 17th, and a big solid decline. Pull back and back down it goes again. So not very good. Now here's what I talked about, the Eastern European. Here we have pound in the Polish zloty, September 8th, and trended up. And that's encouraging. But again, there's nowhere else to go. Traditionally, I would say Norway, but nowhere is to be found. I think it's something to do with probably the new government that's been voted in, and it's not the conservatives, so there might be potentially concerns there where you're not seeing the Norway where you typically see it. New Zealand Swiss franc, again, nice solid rally up until here in around September 8th, range bound, and who knows from there, blah, blah, blah. Here, copper was another good rally earlier this year, really good one. Started November, and here we're going from a price of about 114 all the way up to here, the peak here in around, let's say a 302 all the way up to in May 10th, 470. So that's a really good rally, and then been solid decline again since then. Again, where is that inflation? Nowhere to be found. Anyway, that's about it. I could talk about the crypto. That's really where only the growth is, it seems, if you know what to look for. Now, I want to show you here, if you're into this, just come over to the contact page and quantlabs.net/contact, fill in your details, and boom, 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 get it all filled out. Nothing's being sold. And also, if you want to know more about what I post, private research and all that, just get in on the private chat server, quantlabs.net.info. So really, a lot of these instruments, not much to brag about. If you're buy and hold, fine, but as I said, you got to really stay on top of it to know, as you clearly see, what is starting to decline when the rally ends. Right now, India looks good, and a few other ones as well, including anything with the rand as well, surprisingly. But we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching.